BuckeyeHuddle.com. We are here at Withrow High School in Cincinnati. A lot of talent at this program right now, a lot of guys that Ohio State's looking at. We are here with 2024 cornerback Terhyon Nichols, one of the top players in the state of Ohio, rising senior. Terhyon, first of all, how's the off-season going so far? How's your training and how's everything going?
Good. I'm preparing for track coming up.
Yep.
Coming off the hoop season, I'm preparing for track, get out there on the track and run, and practice my technique, everything I can do to become better for my senior year.
Three-sport guy.
Yes, sir.
What are you running in track this spring?
100, 200, 4x1, 4x2.
Any personal bests or goals for times?
Hey, I'm trying to run a 10.5, 10.4. That's my goal right now. I think I can run like a 20-something, like a mid-20 in the 200, because I ran a 21.2 last year, so I think I get a 20 or a 21, low 21.
That's moving. What's your personal best 100 right now?
I think it's 10.6 right now, 10.7.
So obviously corner, speed's important. A lot of schools are recruiting you. You've got some pretty big offers. I said Notre Dame, Penn State, Tennessee, Ohio State's taking a very close look at you. You told me you're setting up your spring visits. You don't have dates or anything locked in, but could you throw out some schools you're going to try and visit here in the next couple months if you get the opportunity?
Yeah, Ohio State, maybe Michigan State, UC. I think Wisconsin. I'm just trying to get Notre Dame for sure. Trying to get there. Georgia. I'm trying to get to Georgia. I'm just trying to get around, see what I can get to.
Yep. Obviously, so you were at the Ohio State Notre Dame game last fall. What was that like? I mean, two teams that were recruiting you very hard. Two of the top, two of the top 10 teams in the country at that point in the season. Big atmosphere, night game. Just your thoughts on that, and kind of what jumped out to you about that.
It was cool. It was a great atmosphere. I will say that it was a great atmosphere. Both teams competed, and I just love the atmosphere. It was beautiful. From pregame to the beginning of the game, it was surreal kind of, because that was my first college football game, I believe, going to and watching.
Yep.
So,
Notre Dame, early offer from them. You're a high academic kid. Coach told you got a 4.5 GPA, which I didn't even know was possible. I thought they stopped at 4. So I wouldn't know anything about getting a 4.0, so I guess I didn't know that. That's probably why I didn't know they were above 4. But is Coach Mickens, pretty like who's the guy you're talking to the most, I guess, at Notre Dame? Kind of your thoughts on the Fighting Irish so far?
I'm talking mostly to Coach Mickens right now. I'll talk to Coach Freeman and Coach Al Gordon. And so, yeah, those are the three guys I really talk to at Notre Dame. Mostly Coach Mickens. He hits me up, talks to me, texts me, stuff like that. What
are some things that have you interested in that program? Obviously good tradition there, but what are some things that have jumped out to you about Notre Dame with Coach Freeman only being there to be a second year?
The academics is very high. I'm big on academics because football stops eventually, so I have to have a backup plan eventually after the NFL. Coach Mickens, I like the way he coached. I came up to camp. I went up to camp and he was coach. I like the way he coached. I like the way Coach Mickens, like his level of, I say confidence, I guess, because I know what he talk about.
Yeah. You camped at Ohio State last summer. You've been talking to the staff there. Who do you talk to the most at Ohio State, and what are they telling you at this point?
Coach Tim Wall, and I talk to mostly Coach Tim Wall. We just really building that relationship so that I know who he is and he know who I am, and it's not really no faking or anything. I would say fake. I'll just say fake.
Yeah.
So everything is real.
Yeah. You're interested in Ohio State. You're going to visit there again this spring probably. What is it about the Buckeyes? I know you said you grew up in Cincinnati. You moved to Vegas for a few years, came back, but you've been an Ohio kid, most of your life. What's it, I guess, about Ohio State kind of has your interest at this point?
Coach Tim Wall, he's coached, and I like the way he coached because I came to camp and he was coaching me, and I like the way he was coaching, his coaching style. Coach Ryan Day, when I came to spring practice last year as well, I like the way he was very fired up. And I just like that energy because if I can feed off of that, and it definitely helps me as a player when I got people around me that's fired up as well as the head coach fired up.
I don't want to say humble to an extent, but obviously you've got a lot of big offers. A lot of schools are recruiting you. What do you think they're seeing in you as a defensive back prospect? What are some things you're bringing to the table that's allowing you to have this type of attention that you're getting?
Speed, for sure. Coverage, hitting, all-around player. I feel like coaches should see me as an all-around player.
Obviously, it's probably tough for you to get a lot of work in the off season. You're running track, playing basketball, but what are some things, I guess, going into your senior year? You can always get better. I mean, what are some things kind of you're focused on right now so you can have this great senior season that I'm sure you want to have?
Learning every defensive back position from weak safety, free safety, both corners. My press technique, playing in the slot, just being versatile so that I can play everywhere on the field, know where everybody is.
You get to go against some great receivers here in practice, guys who are going to be Big Ten caliber prospects. You got one, Chris Henry Jr. Will be part of the team moving forward. What are those battles like for you in practice? I guess how helpful is that to you guys? You're not just going against some random guy in practice. You're going against like some pretty talented dudes. How much better does that make you, and how competitive are those kind of situations?
Yeah, so it's definitely very competitive. So we definitely had some receivers here last year that was pushing me, and they all know that I'm going to be competitive, so they feed, they come back competitive. So it definitely helps me with my technique and what I can do to get better. And also, iron sharper irons, as everybody says. We gon' feed off of each other, so I'm going to make them better, they going to make me better. And we got young talent, and we have older talent. We going to keep filling in and competing with each other because that's just the standard here.
Recruiting plan, obviously not going to hold you to anything on this, but have you put any thought into how this is going to play out for you? Are you going to take your officials in the summer and try and decide before your senior season, or are you going to take some more time with it? I know everyone's kind of got their own little plan they'd like to follow if things work out that way for them. How do you kind of view your recruiting process right now?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take any official visits this summer. I'm not really sure yet completely on what I want to do for the summer official visits. So I'm just really trying to just get to college and see what they can offer for me as coaches in my position, and just the facility, academics, everything, the whole nine, everything. I just needed to be well-rounded. Get there, that way when I take my official visit, I'm able to see that too, the inside of this college. So I just want to make sure that I can figure out where first and then start making sure, because you only get a certain amount of official visits.
Yep.
So got to make sure I take the right ones.
So these spring visits are going to be pretty big for you. You're going to maybe get to narrow your list a little bit after that, just so you have an idea, kind of let these spring unofficial visits kind of tell you, who the real contenders are going to be. What are you looking for when you go on these visits? What's going to be important to your decision-making process?
Real. Definitely, I want the real and everything. Definitely a good position coach. Know what the position coach is doing. Just academics, strength staff, the whole nine. Make sure everything is sound for my development when I get to the college, because my development, I'll take it serious, as well as academics for sure. That's a big one for me because I know I'm going to need it after football, after college.
What is Ohio State telling you right now? You don't have the offer right now, but they're recruiting you very hard. I mean, they're recruiting you just as hard as guys who have offers at this point. You're talking to them a lot. Mm-hmm. What have they told you at this point? Have they asked you to camp this summer, or would they maybe come see you in the spring when they can kind of get on the road and evaluate and watch workouts? How is that, relationship, how are those conversations going right now?
Like Coach Terhyon just wants to build that relationship with me. Like I said, he wants to just get the real out of me, so I can see and get the real out of him as well. Build that relationship and work towards that offer.
What would that mean to get it? I mean, would that change? Would that influence things for you? How would that impact your recruiting process?
I like Ohio State, so yeah. If I be like, how did I say this? I don't know how to say this. I like Ohio State, so yeah, they'll be somebody I could just look at and be like, okay, I know I can look at them and other schools. So I like Ohio State.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we appreciate your time, Terhyon. We wish you luck here the next few months as you go on your visits and try and figure out your recruiting process, and we'll be following it and keeping track of you. So appreciate your time, and thanks for doing this.
Thank you.